Welcome back to a new episode on the Crossbar channel. We are talking Champions League Day. Today we had Chelsea facing Borussia Dortmund and Benfica Lisbon playing Club Brugge. The game just ended. Let's recap, see what happened, who did what, when, and where. And yeah, let's roll. Okay, Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund. The game just ended at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea won 2-0 against the German side. A lot of controversy. The penalty, Chelsea's penalty, the way it was given, was it a penalty or was it not? Was the penalty right to be retaken or not? We discussed all of that. So, yeah, Chelsea finally made it through 2-0. Chelsea hadn't scored 2 goals in one game in a long time. So them scoring 2 goals over Borussia Dortmund is a great achievement. Graham Potter gets to keep his job for now. He can celebrate and, get a victory lap. Let's just say, let's put it that way. But is this victory lap deserved or not? Looking at the way the game was played, I would say overall, as far as opportunities, Chelsea did have more, seems to have more opportunity than Borussia Dortmund. But to be quite honest, that penalty, I probably wouldn't have given it. But if you look at how short the distance is from the pitch to above the ground to touch the defender's hand, I wouldn't have given it. It was too close. He has no chance of removing his hand. But I guess penalty is a penalty. That's not even an issue. It is a kind of an issue at this point. Is it a penalty or not? But because there was another controversy that surpasses the actually giving the penalty, which was the penalty was taken, Havertz kicks it and hit the post and the ball comes out. But here's the thing, the ref got it retaken, saying that there was a lot of Borussia Dortmund player in the 6-yard box. But here's the thing, and I think the play from Borussia Dortmund were right to point out to the referee that the only reason they even got into the 6-yard box because Chelsea player were there first. And if you look at the picture on the replay, we've seen it many times. I've seen at least 5 times. Chelsea players are actually way ahead of Dortmund player in the 6-yard box. So what does the rule say? Should they review the rule? I'm surprised that there's not anything specifically that says, let's say if penalty is taken, the person taking the penalty, if he scores, but if his teammates were in the 6-yard box, the penalty needs to be retaken. Why is it just when it's the defending team that crosses the line that the penalty is retaken? Because in this case, really, Chelsea's player were there before Dortmund players. So when the Dortmund player would turn to the ref, they were reacting to the Chelsea player being inside the box. But ref didn't want to hear it. Ref gave Havertz a second chance to take it, and Havertz buried it, so it made it 2-0. And pretty much from there, the game is over because at 1-0, they're still going to extra time and and PKs. So did the ref decision messed up the result of the game? I would say yes, sort of. Yeah, I would say yes because then if it doesn't retake that penalty, then Chelsea has to find a way to score a second goal. And Chelsea didn't have that many opportunity after that penalty, really. They didn't even have that many great opportunity in the first place. They had a little bit more opportunity than Dortmund, but not greatly greater chances. So the ref dropped the ball on that one, but we kind of used to it in Europe, in football in general, not in Europe. Usually the teams that play homes kind of get a little leniency from the ref. I'm not saying the ref they do that in purpose, but it happens. We see that in big competition, whether in the national level or club level. Usually, also depending on which team is playing home, usually the fan base, they get to scream at the ref. There's a whole atmosphere that makes sometimes ref take some weird decisions. Now, in this case, he followed the rules. That's not even the ref fault, really. It's not like the ref didn't follow the rule. I'm just saying that rule is a little weird because if I'm a defender and I'm saying a striker from the opposite team already getting the 6-yard box, by instinct, I'm going to try to defend, and that's what happened. If you look at the picture, they show us the picture 2 or 3 times. Chelsea player were ahead of Borussia Dortmund player. But why was the penalty retaken? That's kind of, that's an iffy rule. But yeah, nonetheless, Chelsea, that's the nature of the beast. They won 2-0. They get to advance. Second team to make it because the other game, Benfica Lisbon destroy Club Brugge as anticipated, 5-1. But yeah, Chelsea get to go through. Graham Potter got to keep his job for now. He gets to win 2-0 against a really good side, Borussia Dortmund, but a little bit too predictable and lacking a center forward. I'm sorry, but Sebastian Haller is not, at least he's not currently on that level to be a number 9 on a really winning side. Now, there's circumstances. He got surgery. He got all this stuff going on for him. I understand, but still, Anthony Modest, this Sebastian Haller, no Adeyemi, so Dortmund really didn't have a number 9 to put the ball in the net. You saw that watching the game. A lot of passes, a lot of playing around with the ball. Even when they were pushing, they were really not. Haller is not really ready yet to take that role as of now. But maybe next season or the season after that. But yeah, nonetheless, Chelsea's through. The draw not gonna happen until everybody play, and they're waiting their fate, see who they're gonna face in the quarterfinal. Yeah, they're gonna get Golo Kante back. He's starting training again. This week he started training, so that's a good news for them. But other than that, yeah, I also want to touch on something. Wait, before I go, whatever happened to Modric? I thought I was the only one on an island thinking this guy is overrated. I thought he was definitely overrated when he was acquired by Chelsea. And people were focusing on Enzo Fernandez being overrated because of the amount of his transfer fees. Now, Modric also came with a big price tag. Now, you can argue, well, Enzo Fernandez was overrated because of the World Cup, but he did win the World Cup and he did play really well at the World Cup. Also, he's been playing well for Benfica Lisbon before. But this Modric guy, out of nowhere, he played Shakhtar Donetsk, not even the best player of Shakhtar Donetsk, really. And the price tag was just too much. So I think Graham Potter is saying what I saw when Modric first came into the scene. Everybody was hyping him up. Well, at first he was supposed to go to Arsenal. Everybody was hyping him up, and I thought, I don't see it. I don't see it. Now, I could be wrong over the time. He can prove me wrong over the years and get better. But he was definitely on the bench. He wasn't even part of the team that the people that came in. They even brought Pulisic back from injury to finish up the game more than Modric. Pulisic did not play well, but kind of expected. He's been out for a while. Also, he's not a great player in the first place anyways. He's a good enough player, but if he was not from right out of the injury, I think he would have done better. So I'm not going to kill him over that. He just come out of a long period of time without playing. But this Modric kid, I have no faith in him. Now, if he proves me wrong, I'll be the first to admit, okay, I was wrong. But as of now, I haven't yet to see anything that tells me he's going to be any different than really Christian Pulisic. Matter of fact, in all the Chelsea's January transfer, the one I like the best is actually Madueke. Madueke, I think, has way more promising than Modric. Now, I can be proven wrong, of course. This is what it is. But Madueke is younger. He's as quick as Modric. I think he has his head on his shoulder. He's more tempered. He's more measured. I just think he's a better player, really, than this Modric kid from Ukraine. But nonetheless, Gallagher came in. He had a mitigated entrance. It was good, though, actually. Down the stretch, kind of keep the ball and play well, but it wasn't eye-popping, but he just did the job. At this level, you don't need to be really eye-popping, really. Especially when you're winning 2-0, all you need is keep the result. And he did that pretty well. Also, there's something to say about Kepa. Isn't it weird? The turnaround. Isn't it ironic? Kepa was pretty much booed out of Chelsea when they had Mendy as a goalkeeper. Nobody wanted Kepa. Nobody could smell Kepa in Chelsea's circle. Now, guess who's saving the day? Guess who's been... wasn't he given the armband today? Yeah, he was given the armband, late in the game. I don't know if he wore it or not, but come on. Kepa is turning stuff around. Now it's going to be tough to see when Mendy's come back, especially Mendy with his demand, as far as like contractual demand. I think he probably want a different type of contract, different type of money. But Kepa has a case now that, hey, I keep the ship on sail, so I keep the boat in sail, and now, why sell Kepa? He's pretty much doing, well, I guess you can point out, they're struggling in the league table. But it's not because of the goal that they concede. It's really because they can't score goals. I mean, with all the talent they have up front, They haven't scored 2 goals in back-to-back in a long time. So it's really not Kepa's fault. Kepa has been actually really good, I think. Kovacic, honorable mention to me. The best Chelsea player was Kovacic. I'm going to say a bit. Chilwell also played well. Chilwell, Koulibaly, Fofana, and the goalkeeper, Kepa, really well. Joao Felix was okay. It was not extra fantastic. Kai Havertz did well for his position. He's not a striker, but he's learning the position as he goes. Raheem Sterling, mitigated. He had a couple of good runs, but nothing impressive. But Fofana, Koulibaly, the Kepa, of course Kovacic, and Reece James. Reece James played well. Also Chilwell. So it was a good game. As far as Borussia Dortmund, I'm going to say Emre Can. Bellingham might be best player, but come on, you can't miss the opportunity he had in the second half. You put that in, and the whole game changes. You just get this, put it on target, and the whole game changes. Julian Brandt got injured early. He got out, and he was replaced by Reina. And Reina is not really, it's not Julian Brandt, let's be honest. He's not on that level. He wasn't even ready. He wasn't prepared to come in the game this early. It showed in the game. Because Marco Reus and Julian Brandt is not the same team as Marco Reus and Reina and others. So, but yeah, Dortmund back to the drawing board. Schlotterbeck played a good game. So does Wolf, Emre Can, Bellingham, and Reus. But yeah, Chelsea's through. Congratulations for them. Also, Benfica Lisbon destroyed Club Brugge, but we all expected it 5-1. I didn't quite see a 5-1, but they did the job. And Benfica has been good since the group stage. They topped the group against Paris and Juve. And now they're in the quarterfinal. So Chelsea and Benfica Lisbon are in the quarterfinal of the Champions League.